When is design done? In the previous video, we said that design is never truly done because there will always be improvements or changes that you could make to your product. To that end, while master is your stable source of truth, it is also dynamic. It will constantly be changing, especially when you work on a team with several designers. When one person updates the master to include the next iteration, you'll need to make sure to check those updates and include them in your designs. You'll do all of that while working in your files in a branch. So back to our opening question. How do you know when the designs you've been working on are ready to be added to your source of truth? We have two ways of thinking about this. Both ways depend on what you expect to see when you look at the files in the Master tab. One method is called Approved by Design. When you use this method for maintaining your design iterations, you will merge branches to update your master files when the designs have been approved. When working on a team, you could use the review feature in Abstract to ask your peers, managers, or stakeholders to provide feedback and approval on your designs, or you could run a design review session to gain approval verbally. If you work in a small or fast-moving company with a lot of autonomy, you'll merge branches when you or your team has agreed the designs are ready to be developed. However you choose to gather approval, the files in master will represent design patterns and visuals that the team has agreed upon. As you work in the project over time and many branches are merged in, your master files will evolve and be made up of a mixture of designs that are already in the product and designs that aren't in production but are ready for future development. Another method of defining what master means to your team is to have it represent what is approved and in production. Using this method for maintaining designs and keeping your master or source of truth clear, you will only merge branches to update your master files after the development team has completed and shipped the code in production. This allows you to use the in development branch status and share your branches with stakeholders when the designs are ready for handoff. You'll also be able to respond to change requests from engineering if they run into any barriers during development. Over time, your master files will evolve in parallel with your product. What's especially appealing about this method for large teams is that the master should always be a replica of what's been implemented in production. From here, it's easy to create new branches to work on the next iteration of the product. Both of these methods are good ways to think about master. What matters most is that you and your team come to an agreement on which definition you'd like to use so that everyone, including design, development, and product management, has the same understanding and expectations.